Okay, students, now I will explain some other units in the same exercise. Okay, so let's take a start first of all from abstract noun. Abstract noun, mostly you have heard about abstract noun, but remember that I will not go after the definitions. From day one, even from class 1, we are just memorizing those different definitions. The noun is the person, place or thing, etc. Different definitions, but practically we cannot understand, we cannot recognize noun, adjective in a text or in any passage. So today we will do it practically. Okay, now you see, first of all we have abstract noun. I wouldn't define it first. Let's read the first sentence. In the first sentence, you see, we have, in his childhood he suffered hatred due to his cowardice. Now you see, in the first sentence we have the first word, childhood. Now childhood is a kind of name. We call it childhood because its name is childhood. Its name is childhood. But have you ever seen childhood walking in the street? Have you ever seen? No. We haven't seen childhood anywhere walking in the street. Okay, so I mean to say that this is a noun. First of all, we name it, so that is why it is a noun, and it doesn't have any physical existence walking in the garden or in the street. So it means that it's not a concrete one, it has no physical existence. So we call it abstract because it has no physical existence. We cannot find it anywhere in the garden or in the street or along the roadside. So we call it abstract, first of all. And we call it noun because it is used as a noun, as a name. So this is basically abstract noun. Now you see, childhood shows a state. Childhood is it is a state. Boyhood, childhood, it is a state. So this is an abstract noun and it reflects, it shows a state. Clear? Now he suffered hatred. Once again we have the word hatred. We call it hatred because its name is hatred. Okay, hatred, we call it hatred because its name is hatred. So basically it is a noun. Now you see, have you ever seen hatred at your house or in the street or walking somewhere else? So hatred is something having no physical existence, having no physical shape. So that is why hatred, first of all, it is a noun and it has no physical shape walking in the garden or in the street. So that is why we call it abstract noun. But hatred basically shows an action. You are going to hate someone, you are going to love someone. This is your action. Okay, so hatred reflects or shows an action, and it is also an abstract noun because it has no physical shape, no physical existence. Okay, then we have due to his cowardice. Now you see, cowardice, as you know, we call it buzdili. In Urdu we call it buzdili. Okay, so cowardice is also an abstract noun because it doesn't have any physical existence. Okay, so cowardice is also an abstract noun. It is not a concrete noun. Its opposite is concrete noun. Concrete noun having physical existence, having physical shape, which can be felt by our five senses. Abstract noun refers to those nouns which cannot be perceived, which cannot be felt by our five senses. We cannot see it, we cannot touch it, we cannot smell it. So any noun, anything which cannot be felt by our five senses, we call it an abstract noun. I hope that you have understood. This one sentence covers your all abstract noun, your whole abstract noun. Okay, now you see, we have the next, noun genders. You know, we have different gender, masculine gender, feminine genders. But now you see, just read this sentence, you would come to know about different types of noun genders. Now you see, in order to become president, now president is basically a noun. We are talking about noun gender, so president is a noun. Now you see, the president may be a female or a male. It might be a man or it might be a woman. President like manager, president, these are the words which are used both for male and female. So we call it common gender. President is used both for male and female, man and woman. So we call it a common gender. Okay, so president is common gender. The boy, as you know, it is quite easy. This is masculine gender. It shows a male sex. Girl, it is feminine gender because it reflects or it shows female or a feminine gender, female sex. Are sitting on the chairs. On the chairs. Now you see, chair is basically means a non-living thing. It is a thing. Okay, it is not a person. It is a thing. So it is inanimate, non-living. So non-living comes in neuter gender. We call it neuter gender because anything having which can move, which having a life, animate things having lives. So we can just we can just divide them into different genders like masculine and feminine gender, but anything having no existence, which cannot move, which is non-living, which is inanimate, so we call it a neuter gender. Okay, once again we have the study. It is also a noun, so study is an abstract noun, and it is not, we cannot call it male or female, we cannot call it masculine or feminine gender, so it also comes in neuter gender. Okay, so neuter gender refers to non-living things. Common gender refers to male and female both. Okay, so president can be a male or female, man or woman, so we call it common gender. I hope that you have understood in one sentence all the noun genders. Okay, now we have some personified objects. Personified objects, when you give, you call. Okay, if you give the quality of a living thing to a non-living thing, if there is a non-living thing and you are going to address that non-living thing in a manner that it is as if it is a living things, so we call it personified. We call it a personified because you give the quality of a person to a non-living things, so we call it a personification. Okay, so there are some objects which are personified, like the sun sheds his beams. Now you see, the sun is being described as if it is a living thing, sheds his beams, sheds tears, sheds beams. So mostly this sheds is used for living things. But